Let me be the first to tell you, the future don't always follow the plan.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the moments in Disney movies that made an unforgettably bad impression.
Please. You were saying?
If you love games, you won't want to miss WatchMojo's new game, Terrible Influence, live now on Kickstarter. Terrible Influence is a satirical board game about the dark side of fame, from the writer of the most popular girls in school and us, WatchMojo.
Boom. I can make an apology video.
Oh, you so would.
Click on the link in the description to be the first to back the campaign and score exclusive bonus cards, including a limited edition WatchMojo card.
I need to pay a PR wizard to make this go away.
Okay.
$4 million.
What did you do?
It was bad.
Number 10, All Is Fair, Snow White.
In a musical, you really get to do everything in a more theatrical way.
This remake faced numerous problems, including complaints about the CGI dwarves. Despite how catchy the song Hi-Ho is, the scene's diamond mine looks poorly rendered, and the dwarves are hard to look at. Yet somehow, there's an even worse musical sequence.
It was to let every bone in my body become the evil queen.
Later in the film, Gal Gadot's evil queen leads an absolutely cringe-worthy number. The lyrics are forced and convoluted, and they don't really say anything about her motivations or backstory. It also doesn't help that she's backed up by choreography that's more middle school theater than Broadway showstopper. But none of that would be so egregious if the lead singer could actually sing, or act. For a studio known for making musicals, this was a travesty.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
Number 9, Seth Green and the Gorilla, Old Dogs. Robin Williams tends to be the best part of any movie he's in, but even he couldn't save this comedy. He and John Travolta play business partners who unexpectedly become the caretakers of twins. They end up in a series of misadventures, but none of their slapstick shenanigans are funny. One bit includes Seth Green being cradled by a gorilla while singing All Out of Love.
I'm all out of love, so lost without you. I know you were right, believe so long.
And there's really no additional context. The writers just thought the gag was funny enough to get a laugh out of us. It's ultimately just as random and nonsensical as the rest of the movie. Number 8, Obtaining the Balls, Inspector Gadget.
Try to visualize your goal.
This film is based on a cartoon that is remembered for its fun antics and quirky hero. The live-action adaptation, on the other hand, is known for awkward performances, unsettling visual effects, and terrible humor.
Wow, that's good enough for me. Let's go.
One particular scene embodies all those flaws. When the titular character tests out his new abilities, he extends his arm to reach a pair of balls. In an odd bit of adult comedy, he grabs the wrong kind of balls. The setup for the joke already feels forced, and the punchline is made worse by digital eyeballs and a high-pitched scream. You're far better off watching the animated series.
Don't worry, Chief. Just leave the world in my hands.
Number 7, The Final Race, Planes.
Any sign of him? Nothing yet.
With the huge success of the Cars films, spin-offs were inevitable, but even Pixar didn't want to take the blame for this. Instead, Disney released the film, and it was panned for being a half-baked imitation of Cars.
It's the crop duster. Another one? It's the same one, knucklehead.
Move aside, idiots.
The underdog rookie Dusty and the grumpy retired mentor Skipper feel like pale copies of Lightning McQueen and Doc Hudson. But what makes this film especially dull is its poor excuse for an ending. Just like Cars, Plane's climax revolves around a final race against a cocky opponent, one who's green no less. It's derivative, boring, and predictable, made worse by a tired believe-in-yourself theme.
He's done it! He's done it!
There's nothing wrong with it on paper, but in execution, it should have gone beyond the typical underdog story.
Now that's how to pass!
You did it!
I couldn't have done it without you, Dottie.
Yeah.
Number 6, When He Was Here With Me, Pinocchio.
Memory will have to be the way this old man's eyes can see.
From its charming main character to its dark themes about boyhood, the 1940 classic has made a huge impact on generations, so why mess with it? Well, we know why, but it doesn't excuse this. Tom Hanks gives it his all in a hammy performance, but his scenes feel like they exist to pad out the runtime. Just watch Geppetto's poignant introduction. Although it gives him some depth, the number is such a snooze fest. There are long, awkward beats of silence, and he sounds like he's mumbling more than singing.
Just how it really was when he was here with me.
A little louder, Tom. Some think that the characters Fabiana and Sabina were unnecessary additions to the already bloated story. Geppetto's new material, however, puts us to sleep as soon as the movie started.
Well, not too shabby.
Number 5, Genie Rap, Kazaam.
See, I'm making my future here, Kaz, and the next step is 2 all-access passes to tonight's concerts.
When we say we're nostalgic for 90s Disney, we're not talking about this film. In Kazaam, basketball superstar Shaquille O'Neal plays a genie who comes from a magic boombox. He's also, unfortunately, a rapping genie. And to make matters worse, he becomes a famous rapper.
Things I seen would make you sweat. Kings and fools, they're all fish in my net. Cause I am Kazaam.
Ooh, man.
I'm more than I seem, you all are looking at your dream. In your coffee, I'm the cream. Gonna wish I get extreme.
Well, as you can probably guess, Shaq cannot rap. The rhymes are as clunky as they are cringe-worthy. It all just seems like Disney's shameless way of cashing in on what was popular at the time. And maybe Shaq should have stuck to sports. Number 4, Rock and Roll Saves the Day, A Kid in King Arthur's Court.
Oh, I'm afraid rock and roll will not work this time.
You're wrong. It is the great equalizer.
It's harsh to say that any Disney movie is completely unwatchable, but this movie might actually fit the description. It looks like a cheap Disney Channel original, but it was actually made for the big screen. The only good things to come out of this film may be Daniel Craig and Kate Winslet.
I came not for comfort. I came to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, dear sweet Kane. I have lost everyone I have ever loved.
And if you're in the right mood, or a few drinks in, this hilariously bad scene might make your day. When a guard threatens Princess Katie, Calvin Fuller uses some modern-day technology to save her. With a CD player and a terrible one-liner, Calvin forces the knights to stumble back and fall into a moat. Just about everything wrong with this movie can be summed up here.
Calvin.
So, what about me?
Number 3, Bride Surprise, Mr. Magoo.
Before we take our sacred vows, precious one, I have a surprise.
You can watch just about any part of the movie to learn why this live-action take on the cartoon character doesn't work. The plot lazily moves from one set piece to another, and none of them have either the charm of the cartoons or the humor of a Leslie Nielsen movie.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Perhaps the worst part is the wedding scene, in which Magoo impersonates a bride. Not only is the joke pretty outdated, it's just painfully unfunny.
So do I. Adios, amore. Nuevo nastro. Mwah! It wouldn't last. I've never loved you.
There's really nothing more to the gag than the novelty of a man in a woman's bridal dress. It's a slapstick sequence without any good slapstick, and we can't imagine any theater audience laughing at the time.
There goes the bride.
Oh, man. I think Rue could have done better than that.
Number 2, Dave Chases a Cat, The Shaggy Dog.
I love to hear.
Honey? I'm so sorry.
We all harp on about soulless remakes, but not many of them amount to the bizarre and uncomfortable viewing experience of The Shaggy Dog. A reboot of the 1959 film, it follows a district attorney who sometimes turns into a sheepdog, If you're under the age of 8, you might find the image of a man acting like a dog hilarious. For everyone else, watching Tim Allen chase a cat to the song Who Let the Dogs Out is a nightmare. It's definitely one of the worst scenes in Disney's filmography, and that's saying a lot for a movie that also has Robert Downey Jr. playing fetch with a nightstick.
Hey, Kozak! Kozak! Go fetch!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Feeding Time. Artemis Fowl.
You reading me, Mulch?
Loud and clear, horsey. Dwarfus giganticus.
It's hard to pinpoint exactly where the cinematic disaster went wrong. Many viewers believe it to be the poor depiction of its title character. Others say the plot has virtually nothing happening for an excruciating 93 minutes. No matter what you believe, we pretty much all agree that Josh Gad's Mulch Diggum should have never seen the light of day.
Look at you with that grin. Thinking you're outsmarting everyone in your little suit and sunglasses. You're enjoying all this.
His worst scene is when he digs a hole with his freaky CGI mouth and then expunges dirt from his, well, you know.
It's feeding time.
This is far and away the worst moments in the film, as we don't often see something as insulting to our intelligence as this.
Amen.
If you had to pick, which of the characters on this list would you spend time with? The Evil Queen? Kazaam? The Shaggy Dog? Let us know in the comments.
I love you. Oh. I don't think I got this.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.